Test. There we go. Still too loud. Howdy. Hello, people. Hello. Thanks for the subscription. Thanks for people popping in. The Hangout was aborted last minute because I can't stream. Well, I can stream here in Streamlabs OBS because this one's not broken. But the main OBS did an update. And completely broke it. It won't detect my Blackmagic Intensity Pro 4 capture card. And while there's a virtual camera here, for whatever reason, it was looking like pixelated 320. I don't know. It's a fucking mess. So we did some troubleshooting, and I've ordered new gear. And so there's going to be a new instead of using the internal capture card, we're going to use an external thing that turns it into a just a regular, it makes it look like a regular webcam. And then there's also going to be a video switcher showing up too. Anyway. Yeah, the update was accidental. I knew that updating was going to risk stuff. And in the hurry of trying to get everything done 5 minutes before we went live, I went to dismiss the update when OBS relaunched, and I clicked the wrong thing and it updated. Do I know Vosh? I've done a show with Vosh. I mean, we don't know each other well. I did a show with Jimmy Snow and Vosh one time. Anybody else you want to know if I know him? I don't really know Vosh. We talked and chatted, and I was going to invite him on the show, but our schedules haven't worked out. All right, I'm going to play some Diverse World is what an April Fool's prank? Sparky7573, what do you want to know? Is what an April Fool's prank? Yes, I've heard of Valheim. How was my birthday? A hot mess, but I don't care because it's just a day. Well, Sparky just typed that, so I don't think they meant when I wasn't here. But okay. Here we go. Condominio Villafrenzi. No, you keep trying to guess my hang-up. That's not the way it works. But no, I'm not going to do a hang-up show about a failed hang-up show because of a tech problem. I'm not going to do an episode of the hang-up about how OBS shouldn't do updates. That's never going to be the way the hang-up works, ever. Not even in the remotest fucking ballpark of that. We're somewhere in Brazil right now. Hello, what's going on? Wow, that was so weird. It's like it did try to do a guess thing. Well, I tried to do a fun show and OBS fucked me. Try to find my patience. I've lost it. I don't have any patience. Yes, I know we're in Brazil 100%. We've already found a top-level domain that shows that. The thing is, I have no idea where in Brazil we are, but area metropolitana. Thanks for the birthday wishes. There, Ed and Burgundy. Nice. Well, I got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, and I have no clue where we are. Jesus Christ. Yesterday's hang-up got canceled at the last minute for the tech issue that I've been talking about for the 10 minutes that I've been live. And, of course, right after I get done talking about it, hey, what happened last night? OBS did an update. It completely fucked my system. I'm waiting on new tech gear to come in. I can still stream in Streamlabs only because I'm not using OBS for that. Where can you find your schedule? There's not a schedule. I know you just joined the stream, but it's like that's going to happen for the next stream. Somebody's going to come in every 10 minutes and ask to, what happened to this? What happened to that? You're about to donate $500,000. Okay, congrats. You didn't get me at all. Podcast appearances and stuff. Normally I update stuff on Facebook. I also here. Well, that hasn't been updated, but there's not a place to go to find my schedule for podcasts. I just do a podcast. I announce on Twitter or Facebook, hey, I'm going to go do a podcast, and then I go do it. A lot of them don't air live. Who knows? Can't answer your question. I don't even know where I go to find out what I'm scheduled to do. I just go to my Google Calendar thing and hope that stuff's there. Anyway, we're gonna lose this in 14 seconds. I'm just gonna click guess. Well, there's the actual town. I wasn't gonna search all over Brazil for that name there, and in India. But all right, let's go to the next one. Well, we're gonna do like all South America all day today. This is flat. This is flat as fuck. Thanks for the follow. I hope you find what you're looking for. Okay. This is terrible. Not even a fun thing. All right, so we got horses. That was a shitty place to drop us. Man, we're getting nothing for miles. Here, hang on. Let me change the name of my fucking stream. Yeah, it's too bad. It was a birthday show. You know, I don't give a shit about my birthday, but we're trying to make a big deal out of it. And one fucking misclick in OBS completely fucking screwed it. I can't do the magic show for American Atheist on Saturday. Luckily I'm not on Atheist Experience on Sunday. Wow, a completely flat wasteland out here. Okay, we were down in Argentina. That was terrible. No, OBS is not a difficult program to use. It's really easy. But when it updates so that it no longer detects the video capture card, well, you're just screwed. Okay, that's English, 1 mile. Not EU license plates, but not the US. Damn it. This feels very... very UK. Can't you download? Yes, I can uninstall. I can download a new one, but I can't do it in 3 minutes before a show fucking starts, and I'm sick of it breaking. So I tried to use a different thing, and that's still ended up with low quality video. There's a million things that could be done, but what I've done is bought 2 new pieces of equipment that will be showing up within the next couple days. I don't have a setup that's like everybody else, and people just like, oh, can't you just do this? Yes. Yes, I could also do a reinstall of the OS, and I could, but if an update breaks it and it won't let me roll back to another version, I know exactly where you are. Stop cursing now. Don't get mad. Chill. Shut up. Well, welcome to Ban. Welcome to Ban. You little fucking troll. Goodbye, you little fucking troll. Howdy, I don't want to piss you. Maybe you just want to chill and play, but since it's your favorite topic, I feel like committed to ask. Yesterday, I asked about what we can do about indoctrination of children. I mean institutionalized indoctrination, not indoctrination by parents, because in my home country, Germany, Catholic Church is allowed to indoctrinate in kindergarten. Well, then you need to start fighting that in Germany. I don't know how to fix things in Germany. I don't know what you can do. I know you just joined Melchioric. I'm not sorry. It's just I'm having to repeat myself over and over. And everybody's trying to be helpful. And everybody's always trying to be helpful. Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Literally none of you know what my hardware and software setup is. And yet it's like, oh, yeah. Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Look, I'm a former hardware lead engineer for Dell Computers workstation motherboards. I'm a former QA lead for software. I'm not a tech idiot. I'm behind the curve because I haven't worked in that area for ages. But I know what the fuck I'm doing. And yes, I've tried turning it off and turning it back on. I've already solved the problem, I hope, in the sense that there are 2 pieces of gear coming that will take former software solutions like OBS, and turn them into hardware solutions so that I can actually have a studio again. Oh my gosh. Well, it's very possible somebody could make a suggestion that I haven't thought of, but I didn't ask anybody for any suggestions, just like I didn't ask for medical advice or anything else. Churchill and what's that? Mariganelli. So are we in Scotland or Ireland or... It's whales. All right. I'm used to seeing more L's than that. Derry Ganelli. No idea where that is. I was fucking right. We were not in Wales. I was over there looking at Ireland. All right. Well, not trusting chat. Here I was looking around right over here. And somebody's like, oh, that's Wales. All right. Next round. Hey, Matt, do you celebrate holidays like Easter even though you're an atheist? Not Easter. I do Christmas because Christmas is primarily a secular holiday. And it's a fun holiday. It's the kind of holiday that we should invent if we didn't already have it. But Easter's a boring fucking holiday that serves no useful purpose, or not a secular purpose. So, yeah, Easter is always the American Atheist National Convention. And this year I'll be doing a debate in PR 135. We're not in Brazil again, are we? Anyway, I'll be debating Trent Horn on a podcast for Easter. Easter egg hunts aren't fun. On an unrelated note, is it safe to say you're officially done with modern day debates after the last one? Can't blame you. So some of the chat was just beyond juvenile. Then again, that's internet for you. It depends on what changes they make. I talked about this the other day. I talked to James. Depending on what changes they make, I may or may not be back. But I just have zero interest in it anymore, and I don't see any value in it. It feels like it's always a waste of my time. I have opponents that show up that don't understand the topic and don't address the topic, and then the chat is just like, Matt's a Nazi, Matt's stupid, Matt's a Nazi, and it doesn't bother me, but it's like, I mean, in the sense of it doesn't hurt my feelings or offend me. It just shows that the people there are not interested in the discussion. That chat is a cesspool. And if I'm the most significant thing on modern day debates by an order of magnitude, that means that I'm now drawing attention to an absolute shit platform. Why should I do that? So once all the gear gets here and I'm set up that way, BR 130. Does Brazil have like BR 135 highways like that? Are they numbered like that at all? It doesn't. This has been a shit game. I mean, it just keeps dumping me out in the middle of nowhere with no signs, no nothing. There's a sign. Jeremena, which doesn't really help me. Okay. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. Hey, I got it within 400 miles. Woohoo. Are you planning on hosting debates by yourself or perhaps looking at other platforms? I'm making my own platform. But we got to get the tech issues sorted, because if I look like shit on the hang up using the exact same setup that looks awesome on Atheist Experience, that's a problem. But we got to figure out what it is. And then I'm tired of relying on OBS and everything else, so I'm putting in hardware solutions. I've got a video mixer coming. I've got a different video capture external card that makes everything look like a webcam. And then I'll work on setting up the debate network and channel in the near future. Does this feel like Amsterdam or getting fancy? No, I just had to take a while to build up shortcuts. I've got thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars set up here studio-wise. And by, next week, I'll pretty much have a studio that rivals anything any fucking network television is going to expect for one of their remote hosts. And hopefully that fixes it. Because I am sick to death of, I've got gigabit internet. I've got an Alienware super box. I've got a Canon XA20 there that's running through a video capture card. And somehow I look like I'm on, I can't send you money I've spent, Julie. And this has been built up over, a decade. Do I have a green screen? Are you joking? You're asking if I have a green screen while you're watching me with a green screen? An obvious green screen? Where you can see? Nope, I don't have a green screen. I'm able to float in pictures of Google Maps. $242 miles. Let's get the fuck out of this game. Let's play something else because that's not doing very well. Will you be streaming Mass Effect Trilogy? No. As it's a really good game. I especially like the romance elements. It's a shame you don't have it in more gaming. Shame I don't have it in more gaming. Like that sentence didn't make sense to me. No, it was in Slovenia. I guessed in Austria. So, I mean, I wasn't that far off, but. Is Google paying you for this anti-green screen propaganda? Yes, that's part of it. The last one was Slovenia, not Romania. But cool. We're going to play the same map again. Here we go. Okay, we're in the EU. I'm leaning France-ish right now. Yeah. Okay. So if you're going to ask me a question, tag me. I will do my best to answer questions where I'm tagged, but I'm so obsessed I have to watch everything that pops up in chat because I fear that I'm going to miss something that somebody asked. Tag me. Do you find yourself having to constantly look over around your mic boom with multi-monitors? It drives me crazy. Well, no, I'm already above my monitors. What annoys me is that I can't reach for my keyboard because this monitor, this mic stands in the way. Have you ever played a Fallout game? Yeah, several of them. All right, so we're somewhere in France. Let's go up here and see this van. Kind of hope to tell me where in France we are. Okay, fortified town. It's France. We've already established we're in France. We just don't know where in France. I think it may be the outskirts of Paris, but I don't know. And I've not been to Paris. I've only been to Toulon and Marseille. And hey, there's the center of the Bronze Age. Oh, that's too funny. All right. $133 miles. We were actually up here, but definitely France. Okay, so Svobodeno says, last one. Let me get a step further. Even parents are not allowed to physically and psychologically abuse their children. Correct? So the solution is to get religious indoctrination declared psychological use by law, right? I don't know what this... How many times do I have to say the same thing? I don't know what the solution is in Germany. I'm not a lawyer in Germany. I don't know what you'd have to change in Germany. I've never been to Germany. I don't speak German. I don't know anything about German culture. I don't know what you're likely to get declared psychologically bad or not. Scientifically proved that religious indoctrination is psychological abuse, correct? So first of all, religious indoctrination may not be psychological abuse. You're beginning with an assumption. You want to stop something because you don't fucking like it. And I get it. I don't fucking like it either. But you don't get to just go out and do the work. Find out what is or isn't abusive. But it's very unlikely that you're ever going to make it illegal for parents to teach kids about their opinions. Now, I don't know what the law is on what sort of indoctrination is happening at schools. But if you can show that it's harmful, yes, that would probably be the best course of action. But I don't live in Germany and don't know shit about it. Early color separation overlay was originally yellow, as you will notice if you've watched the Doctor Who. I haven't heard that the BBC might be colorizing. Just watched your debate on slavery in the Bible against Cliff and Stewart. I think Cliff is dying on the hill he stands on. Perhaps. It's not a German issue. I think it's global, but thank you very much for your output. Well, it's not a global issue. Because you came back and specifically said you weren't talking about parents. You were talking about what goes on in schools. That doesn't happen in schools like that here. We can stand in opposition to it when it does happen, which is what Telltale did. So I don't know how to solve a problem when you have a governmental system that allows for religious teaching in schools. I don't know how to change your government so that that's not allowed. But that's not allowed here. And so when it happens here, we get to sue them. and send letters from the Freedom from Religion Foundation and everything else. So while what you're talking about may not be exclusively a German issue, you were talking about religious indoctrination in public schools in Germany. And I don't know what is or isn't allowed there. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a German lawyer. But I can tell you what is or isn't allowed in the United States. But that doesn't match up with what your issue is, which is why it's why when you've asked me this question 3 or 4 times now, I can't get any further. I'm interested in your take on games targeted at kids having loot boxes you pay with real money. I don't give a fuck. If the kids have money, they got to learn to spend it. So you teach your kids how to spend money or not. And if you don't want your kids spending money on loot box games, don't let them play the loot box games. That's up to the person whose money it is. If it's the kids' money, then you let them know, hey, when this is gone, it's going to be ephemeral stuff. You have to actually teach your kids. Somebody's biggest complaint could be, well, I don't want to have to monitor everything my kid does. Well, tough. That's what being a parent is. Yeah, but they should make it so that kids can't do that. Well, they sign these games up. Does your kid have a credit card that they can use to sign up for it? If so, that's their responsibility and yours, not the game designer. The United States has separation of, supposedly, is supposed to have separation of religion and government. Which missing story do you think the BBC should make an animation of? As I really like Marco Polo from the first series, but also like About Snowman was over. I'm really not interested and don't care what they do a remake of. I wasn't that impressed by the Shada one. I'd rather see new stuff. Why go back and redo it as an animated adaptation? If the story exists and the story's that good, just rewrite the story and let Jodie do it. Have I read Bart Ehrman's Heaven and Hell? No. Do you think classes on skepticism should be taught in U.S. public schools? Yes. In your opinion, what's the worst verse in the Quran? I couldn't come up with a worst verse in the Quran off the top of my head. So I don't have an answer. For us folks who want to donate to you regularly, which platform or method is most beneficial for you to receive the funds? I ask this because I heard these platforms take a cut. They all take a cut. Apart from sending money directly to me via PayPal Patreon takes a cut, but that's my primary source of income. Twitch takes a cut. I don't really make all that much money here, but on a regular basis, Patreon's probably still about the best. Just because it makes it easier for me to keep it in one place. I'm going to be reworking some stuff to make it a little better, but Posiboo's sad. Okay. I don't own it, each video there already, but I tried tips too. So just wondering. Yeah, I don't have an easy answer to that. I wish I did. And we've tried so many different things, including like buy me a coffee or whatever, which I think I set that up and told people about it. And the only person that even used it was Kristen. So, for right now, it's probably, the PayPal donate link or, Patreon, probably the best too. Hang on, I got messages from... Sorry, all of a sudden my phone starts beeping. And then I noticed that it's asking me questions. Where's the entrance for Best Buy? Because I drove by a Best Buy. Let's see. The issue is that gambling is illegal for kids in a lot of countries. According to research, there's a strong link between loot boxes and gambling. So the question is more like, should we mark loot boxes as gambling? Well, I don't care whether you mark loot boxes as gambling or not. The issue is should kids be allowed to play it? Well, that depends. Anything. Where does the 8-year-old get the money to do loot boxes at all? That's the question. I don't give a fuck if it's gambling. I think it's gambling. I think it's shitty. I hate games with loot boxes. But here's an 8-year-old. He's got a game. Where does he get the money to do loot boxes? Can I go into a church on Sunday Mass and debate a priest 1 versus 1? Probably not. First of all, priests aren't that interested in debating. Second of all, they're working on Sunday. You're an atheist, but you're afraid to tell coworkers because you might be punished, and you're asking if you can go into a Catholic church and just debate a priest on a Sunday. You'll probably get your ass thrown out, and you should, because that's not the way that shit's supposed to work. Much love from Moscow to Texas. Thanks so much. Svobodenho. Sorry, I'm going to butcher that and get it wrong. I think it's cutting these hands, but I just want to see his opinion on this. I'm lost. I'm trying to catch up, but I'm lost. I love your profile picture. It made me giggle. Cool. There's a lot of cases where kids steal parents' credit card info. Okay. How is it my fault as a game developer and a purveyor of a game that some kids stole their parents' credit card? Not my fault. Not my problem. And if it's their parents' credit card, and I've gone through and verified it as best I can, it seems like the parents there failed to keep control of their credit card and their kid. Would you change the rules of the road because a kid's going to steal a parent's car? I know people who stole their parents' car before they had driver's license and everything. Have you seen the frankly unhinged Taylor Greene is now saying the COVID passport is the mark of the beast? Yes, but she's nuts. I don't think barging into her. Yeah. Do you ever have background music during streams? No, because I don't want to take any risk of my stream being silenced because of background music. Sorry, Matt, I don't mean debating a priest during Mass. I mean talking to a priest when they have free time. I don't know if I can. Yeah, you can go to a church and talk to a priest. I don't know why you'd want to. Okay, so we are... This is so weird because is this an area of Japan? Well, I saw that. I just didn't know for sure if that was Japanese or not because it's stylized. But this feels like Japan. And so I'm definitely going to lean that way. But I have no clue where in Japan we might be. Like, should we allow them to go to the casino and gamble? We don't allow kids to go to the casino and gamble. But if a kid stole their parents' credit cards and went to an online poker site and started playing poker there, that's not the fucking fault or problem of the poker site. And we shouldn't be shutting down, well, granted, I think we should shut down all online poker sites anyway because of collusion and cheating and bullshit, but shouldn't have to shut down things adults do just because some parent didn't keep their kid in line and the kid went off and did something. A kid can't walk into a casino. We already policed those. I mean, they can, but I mean, they're not going to be able to sit down at a slot machine and not get caught. So it's not the game developer or designer's fault that some kid might steal their parents' credit card and use it. And if I had kids and one of my kids stole my credit card information and was using it, I would never, ever, ever, ever go after the developer. I'd go after the kid. Acknowledge loot boxes and gambling may... Okay, let's say today we decide loot boxes are gambling. How the fuck does that stop a kid from using their parents' credit card for loot boxes? Saying it's gambling doesn't do anything about it. But it doesn't have to be gambling. It could be a guaranteed, hey, you get this character, you get this update item. It could be guaranteed over and over and over again, and it would still be a problem where kids can steal the credit card and use it. I don't know where we are in Japan. I'm just going to drop somewhere. Here. We'll go there. And we were close to Tokyo. I'm not understanding... What difference does it make if loot boxes... So first of all, loot box is not a thing. There's a number of different models that you'd have to define. So let's say we go to some of these games that use loot boxes and say, these are gambling. So what? What does... I need to know what that fixes to say this is gambling. Ooh, then kids aren't allowed to do it. You know what else kids aren't allowed to do? Steal their parents' credit card information and buy shit. I mean, let's make something even more problematic or even more illegal. I don't get it. Trying to avoid the psychological gambling effect, might as well just shut down all game development, period. Yeah. We should ban flying because a kid might steal their parents' credit card and run away to the airport and be stopped at security. True. That's a good point. I've heard some YouTubers complain about loot boxes, but not even a loot box, just a freemium thing. Look, I get it. Some people aren't particularly bright, and some people have the type of personality that's going to become addicted to things. Been there, done that. Loot boxes are awful, which is why I don't play games that have loot boxes anymore. I played Marvel Future Fight every day for 4 years and spent quite a bit of money building up my team because I was having fun and playing it with other people. But now I won't play anything that has loot boxes like that. My original question about the morality, but the legal question is the more important thing in practice. Yeah. Doesn't have that game have, I don't know, which and that probably wasn't for me, which is probably why I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, I quit Marvel Future Fight like 2 years ago. Okay. We're all over Asia today. It's like it gets stuck in a groove and keeps dropping me in the same places. Where do you think there's a line between the parent's responsibility and society's responsibility? Well, if I set up a game that allows someone to make credit card purchases, society has already taken responsibility. That's it. I have no responsibility for what your kids do with my game, as long as what my game is doing is whatever anybody else would do. Society's responsibility comes in with regard to education, with regard to making sure parents aren't abusing their children. Maybe what we should do as a society is when a kid steals their parent credit card, we take that kid away from their parents. Oh, I'm obviously not serious, but if society has some responsibility to make sure that kids aren't engaging in using their parents' money for loot boxes, or using your parents' credit card for loot box stuff, what society's responsibility, maybe it is to take those kids away from those parents because those parents aren't meeting their responsibility. I don't know. But here's a question. What are we doing to keep kids out of whorehouses? What are we doing to keep kids out of casinos? What are we doing to keep kids out from driving cars? What are we doing from keeping kids from this? We set up as many protections as we need. Just having a game, if you are required to enter your credit card information and verify all of that in order to do something in the game, why are you worried about loot boxes? Why aren't you worried about Amazon? I logged into my parents' Amazon account and I bought all the games and toys I wanted. Motherfuckers. What's society's responsibility to make sure that kids can't buy stuff on Amazon? It's not. It's not society's responsibility. Hard to find loot box. Yep. Well, I don't think the loot boxes are going to create gambling addicts. You either have that predisposition or not, but the fact is, if somebody's going to have a gambling problem, that's going to happen whether they find loot boxes in a game or if they're sitting around playing dice or cards, or maybe they're playing Soul Calibur and they're betting $10 a pop. Or I've watched the Botez sisters play chess for money. Granted, they're both over 18 now, but legally deciding loot boxes are gambling puts a K to 18 rating for the game in most countries and would help with parents' awareness. So it would help some, but I agree that parents should pay more attention to it. Yeah. Developers that specifically target kids as their customers and try to what's yes, if you find predatory actions on the part of the developer. Here, hang on for a second. Let's think about this, Atrix. I'm a business person, and here's my business model. I'm going to intentionally create a game targeted at kids that requires a credit card in order for you to keep buying loot boxes. That's my model. So I've made something that needs to be sold, and you would need a credit card to do it. And I'm specifically targeting the people who don't have credit cards. Is that a good business model? Am I going to get many investors on that? Only if we know that the world is, oh shit, I didn't pick a place. I forgot I was playing a game. That parents aren't monitoring what their kids do and they're going to use the cards. And when you find that sort of predatory behavior and you can show that there's intent there, okay, fine. But what I see really is a lot of bitching and whining about loot boxes from adults because it's an awful system and they just didn't realize because we're all bad at math. They didn't read in numeracy, and so they spent more than they wanted to. Protect the children, protect the children. Hey, here's how you protect them. Don't give them your fucking credit card. Oh, but all my friends get to play with that. Okay. I will log in and make what purchases you want. Every time you want to purchase something, the parent should be the one doing it. I mean, I didn't even have money as a kid. What difference does it make whether Jesus liked gambling or not? It's not relevant to anything. You can't even show that Jesus existed, let alone whether he liked gambling. All right, where the hell are we? Maybe EU? I can't quite tell. Nope, I got a yellow license plate. This is around 4 out of 5, and I have now I have a headache. Kind of. I don't ever really get headaches. I get something close to headache. And I'm supposed to be heading out to pick up the prescriptions that weren't done for the other day. Are we back in the UK? Back in the UK, back in the UK, back in the UK. Yeah. Certainly looks that way. Yeah, it definitely feels like UK. All right, well, I'm going to keep clicking until I get to a roundabout and then see what the roundabout says about where I am. I would be fine with games with loot boxes having higher age ratings. Something about a game with loot boxes marked 3+ seems off to me. That's all. We don't advertise gambling sites as 3+. Okay? But we could advertise gambling sites as 3+. And then if we said, but you have to have a credit card to get it, how many 3-year-olds are going to go in there and gamble? You can sell a game that is intended for a 3-year-old to play, and the expectation is that the parents will be in charge of buying any expansions for it or anything else, since the parents are probably the ones that are installing the game for the 3-year-old in the first fucking place. Beach cottage. Chicks and ducks, rabbits for sale. $62 miles. Not too bad. Other than Doom Eternal, have you played any single-player first-person shooters lately? I've recently played through Control and the Metro trilogy. Been looking for something new. Nope. Doom Eternal was the last one I played, and I haven't played the DLC for it. Wait, are we like in Sweden again? Yeah, so Quezatron said, I think a lot of complaints probably center around parents handing their phones over to the kids and the payment info is automatically stored and used. Yeah. This device that we're all lugging around knows everything about us, listens to everything we say, has all of our financial information on it. And if you have kids and you are handing them your phone, you're an idiot. I don't have my phone to my girlfriend. And I trust her. Now, granted, if she said, hey, let me borrow your phone, I'd give it to her, of course. But I'm saying I just generally don't have my phone to anybody. This could be Canada. This could be, I mean, we're on a gravel road in the middle of nowhere with no fucking signs. I don't even know what Apex Legends is. So if you're going to tag me, Young Stud and MILF Lover, wow, nice name there. Helps if you don't put a space in between the first and last name, because then it'll highlight. My mom literally gave us her credit card when we were like 9, let us get whatever games we wanted, so long as they were within the appropriate rating system. We never once bought anything that was out of the price range. Our mom sat down and actually explained to us, yeah. It could be Finland. It could be Canada. Okay, that sign is a little... Wow. Are they just planning on me clicking for the next? Last time I was in a place that was this awful with no signs and no road, we were in Canada. All right, what do we got here? This is not Canada. And it's not Finland. Okay, we were close to Finland, though. There we go. Bad game. All right. Default. I'm going to do some chess to end the stream. If you have an account at chess.com, you can challenge me. You can go make an account. It may not let you challenge me right away. And as long as you challenge me to bullet or blitz, which means 5-minute or less time controls, I don't care if it's rated or not. Just speak up in chat and let me know that you're going to challenge me, and then I'll try and save space. I'm gonna give it just a minute to get caught up on chat, just in case there's a challenge coming in. Choose a name. Sorry, folks. I lost to a friend in solitaire. So this is the result for the next month. Nice. Yeah, I disagree with people that actually think that loot boxes should be banned. They're even... Thanks, Mochwark. I have to go first. I can't just keep reading your comment. If age rating was increased on games with gambling, I'd be perfectly happy with it. I'd have no objection to that. I mean, it's perfectly fair to mark a game as... Oh, there I am trying once again to protect the pawn, and shouldn't do that. Yeah, I'm really bad at this, falling for the same tricks over and over again. I may have found a way out of this trap. Because I think knight c7's coming, which wins me at least a rook. All right. Well, that was stupid. That was stupid as fuck. God, that was stupid as fuck. Which fans good to see streaming? How's the book going? The book's not going. I need to change the chat or the game. Shit. Phew. Oh, well, I don't know what I'm thinking. There. Let's see. Oh, never mind. That's fucking mate. Never mind. Good game. Sorry. I'm too distracted because people. If a consumer buys something they shouldn't, why is it the seller's responsibility to make sure? Well, I mean, there's things about fairness in advertising. I mean, there needs to be clearly marked and labeled so that people know what they're getting and what their actual odds are. You know, stuff like that. 3 minutes? Okay, I got time. Did you say that Jesus probably existed, but that he wasn't magical? I have no idea if he was magical or not, and I have no idea if he existed or not. When did I? What? When did you hear me say this that you're asking about? I've talked about the subject many times. I have no problem with the notion that Jesus probably existed, but I can't say for sure that it's the case. But there's no reason to think anyone has ever been magical or divine, or no good reason anyway. Let's see. Did somebody clarify Mr. Bunker's confusions about check? You can't check. You can't castle into, out of, or across check. But just because you've been in check at some point doesn't mean that you're now impervious. You're not allowed to castle. Dude. Let's see. Yeah, I've heard that you think he probably existed. I thought you said that he probably wasn't divine. I have no problem with the notion that he likely existed. I don't know how anybody could demonstrate that he did or that he didn't. What is anybody ever going to do to show that Jesus did or didn't exist? Well, crap. That's a good move. That's a way better move than I would have expected. God damn, that's fuck. Ugh. What the hell do I do? Guess we do that. Sorry, I need to catch up on chat. I got so distracted by the game. $25 and 36 seconds. Why does this game feel like it's taking forever? I mean, I've absolutely got this game completely won. I just need to not do something stupid. Holy shit, I just got to not do something stupid, like step right into fucking checkmate when I have the game completely won. Holy crap. It's like my brain's not even working at all today. Ever think about having Richard Dawkins on Atheist Experience? That would be an awesome show. No, Richard Dawkins, who I've done many events with, is now supporting transphobic bullshit, and I have no interest in engaging with him. Certainly wouldn't put him on Atheist Experience. Bit of fun question. William Shatner's apparently going to become an interactive AI in the near future. Who else do you think should be moralized this way? I have no idea. Don't care. Here's a challenge. I'll accept it. God, I had that game completely fucking won, and I started worrying about time even when I was ahead on time. Good game. Sorry, I didn't play better. Do you have any study tips for philosophy? I know you said previously you had to go to Iron Chariots. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to tell somebody to study something. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't. It's like saying, do you have any tips on how to eat dinner? I genuinely, I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't understand what that means. How do you study? You just do it, just like eating. I wish I had tips. I wish I had some, sort of, oh, here's what you can do. But it just don't. Let's see. I don't know if you answered this elsewhere, but I was curious to know if you ever had any psychedelic experience. Yes, I've had plenty of psychedelic experiences. So whether you'd be willing to share a comment, I commented on them in the middle of the discussion I had with Jordan Peterson. I talked about dropping acid and engaging with super strawberry. Do you think studying philosophy is important to becoming a good atheist? No. Atheism has nothing to do with how much you know about philosophy. Would you recommend it? Recommend what? And were you even talking to me? Oh, dropping acid? Well, I will not recommend illegal drugs. There you go. However, if you're somewhere where there's illegal and there's a safe, responsible way for you to, explore different sorts of things, sure. Still can't believe I lost that other game. I mean, that was just a complete boneheaded move. Don't do it. Okay, I guess I'll take a draw since I suck today entirely. Let's see. Any book recommendations? I want something interesting to read. I just posted a video last month with book recommendations. Any debate plans for you soon? I'm debating Trent Horn on the resurrection on April the 8th on a podcast called Ponce with Aquinas. Has anyone April Fool's you today? Don't know, don't care. Don't like April Fools. Would be interesting to talk to Sam Harris. Are you not aware that Sam and I did about, 8 fucking events together? We toured the country, and sometimes with Richard Dawkins, and sometimes with Lawrence Krauss, and then we had to kick Lawrence Krauss off the tour. Sam and I did, I don't know, I think it was like 8 events, something like that. How does somebody find me and not know that I've done events with Sam? It's funny. I mean, it's awesome. But I wouldn't have thought there was anybody left on the planet who hasn't seen or doesn't know about the multiple events that I did with Sam. Ever heard of apologist Tim McGrew? No. Man, 5 minutes is just way too long to play a fucking game. Thanks for the info about the debate. Sure. Why'd you have to kick Lawrence Krauss off? Because he is inappropriately handsy with women on occasion and decided to pretend like it wasn't real or didn't happen rather than, owning up. See, I remember one time we met at an event with Sam Harris and Richard Dawkins, and Matt made a reference to no, you're done. So that was for Julie. Yep. Okay. I really screwed that up, but sure, I'll take a free queen. Will you be debating any Muslim soon? I have one debate scheduled. That's with Trent Horn on the resurrection on Easter. I don't have any debate scheduled with Muslims. I completely fucked this up. I had this game completely won. How am I losing against a 519 in a 5-minute game when I had it? I was like, I missed a 2-move fucking checkmate. Fine. I'm going to have to work hard and actually think about this. If when the world ever goes back to normal, looking forward to another event, was it your Dinesh event in New York before the meltdown? Yep. Shit. Yeah, well, looking forward to your magic show. Well, there won't be a magic show Saturday night because of the tech issues, so that's been canceled. So I'm going to have to do that again and work that out. Some guy told me I had a near-death experience and was talking to Jesus. How can I prove him wrong? You can't. How do you prove that something didn't happen? You don't have a time machine. The responsibility is on him to prove that he's correct. It's not on you to disprove somebody's view. How do I prove him wrong? You don't. The only question you need to ask is, how can he prove that he's right? And he probably can't. Why is the burden of proof so difficult? Are you done with modern day debates? Probably. We'll see. I talked to James, and if they make changes, I may. And I also answered this in a recent video and earlier in the stream today. Do you still get nervous doing public events? I don't ever get nervous doing any events. I haven't been nervous from public speaking for 15 years. I want tickets from Travis Penguin to go see that event. Sadly, some of these views are rather racist in their implication nowadays. Hope you'll realize the damage that promoting these sorts of ideas can have. Do you follow pro chess players or games? Yes. Did you hear photons apparently don't experience time? I already knew that. I knew that before the call. I know you're just having fun, but Jesus Christ, that was not the fucking point. The point is they're not immune from time. Pointing to one relativistic frame of reference where they don't experience time doesn't mean that they aren't impacted by time. And everything that came out of his mouth proved that right when we're talking about how it takes 8 minutes or 100,000 years or whatever. All of those are measures of time. Without time, time is a function of space-time. There is no space. There is no space-time is something that is there as that. Fuck photon. God, it was like fucking pulling teeth. And a whole goddamn stream of people in chat. Oh my God, Matt's wrong. Matt's wrong. Look, Matt's wrong. Matt's coming wrong. Matt wasn't fucking wrong. So awful. I get it. It was meant to be a joke, but it's fucking obnoxious. Oh my God, Matt doesn't know X about photon. Whatever. I knew it. You guys, everybody who was saying I was wrong is an idiot. Because the caller was calling in to rebut a statement I made that existence is necessarily temporal and that it means nothing to say that something exists for no time. And he spent all that time trying to show that photons in a relativistic frame of reference don't experience time, which does not mean that they exist absent time. One frame of reference is not the whole fucking story. I'm going to do a minute game because I don't like 5-minute games. Whoops. Sure, I'll take a free rook. And then I'll checkmate. Okay, let's see. Oh, I hear doors downstairs, which means that there may be people starting to show up. Normally, my house is completely empty except for me, but we know Johnny Angel's staying with me this week. I'm getting a new roommate who's starting to move stuff in now, and one friend is going to come over for a masked social distance, let's have a shot for Matt's birthday the day after thing. Surprised I didn't pre-move. As bad as I play, how could you possibly be surprised I'm not pre-moving more? Pre-moving is going to fuck me as much as anything. Have I played Binding of Isaac today, and how did you like it so far? I have not played Binding of Isaac in months, and I haven't ordered the expansion. So, yes, the roommate is not a puppy. All right, I'm going to do one more bullet game, and then I'm going to end the whole thing. Damn it. See, that's what happens when I move too quickly. Oh, I can win your queen. There we go. That was actually better played on their part than on my part because it was wrong. I couldn't win the queen. But I just hung mine and he missed it. So take what we can get. Hmm. Okay, that was terrible. I shouldn't have resigned. He only had 2 seconds left. I probably could have dodged around, but I hate that. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's 1 minute and you can use the clock. The clock's a weapon. I get it. I've watched John Bartholomew, but yeah, that was mad. Please stop commenting on games. I'm just playing for fun. Big question, ready to be off work. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I guess that's it then. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the questions, including the ones that were just weird, which happens every day. Current schedule. I'm going to be rebuilding. I may stream while I'm testing stuff, but I'm waiting on new equipment to arrive. I'm not going to be on Atheist Experience Sunday. I'm not going to be doing the Magic Show for American Atheist Saturday night. I'm going to Johnny's going to do Psychosexuality tonight from the studio. I'm going to do work prepping up gear. I may stream on and off, but basically between now and next Wednesday, I'm working to get this system set up so I can do an awesome episode of The Hang Up. I think it's Jim and Jenna. Jim, do you know? Jim, are you still here? Maybe. But anyway, y'all go have a good day. I think it's Jim and yes, it's Jim and Jenna are on AXP this weekend. So have a good show. Awesome stuff. I'll see you. I probably stream before then, but I got work to do. So y'all take care. Be nice. Take care. Follow the guidelines. Wear a fucking mask. Don't be like the terrible people that I have to avoid and dance around as I'm out on the town with my super mask. Anyway, I'll see y'all later.